about to go run a few errands, but look what I found. So this book, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, right now, it is the end of July 2023. Right now, this book is impossible to find. It is impossible to find. It released a few months ago. It got super hyped, super popular, and it sold out everywhere. And so it's been on my list. It's been one I've been meaning to read because it's very hyped. It's very hyped. And so I have been wanting to read it, but I haven't been able to get my hands on a copy, and I had other stuff that I was reading. So I was like, whatever, I'll listen to it. I'll get it on Kindle. It's fine. I'll get to it eventually. But then I was at Costco over the weekend and I found it there. So it's not the first edition with like the real pretty like sprayed edges and everything. But it was there, and they actually had a bunch of copies. So I grabbed one for me and one for my sister, and I am excited to get into it. She has read it and she enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how I like it. I've heard mixed reviews. This is definitely one that has been so ridiculously hyped, and like the Goodreads rating is also like absolutely insane. And so I've been wanting to read it, but I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. So I have it. It's been very hyped. People seem to either love it or hate it. And so that's all I know, though. I have been avoiding spoilers for this like the plague, which is extremely difficult right now because it's all over TikTok, if you're on the book talk side of TikTok. And so I'm really excited to get to it. So I am about to go to a coffee shop to do some writing, and I'm going to bring this with me in case I have any time to read. And then I'm going to go to Target, and we are going to run a few errands this morning. But I have not started this yet at all. I wanted to be able to vlog my entire reading process through this. So there might be spoilers in this video. So just a heads up, if you haven't read this yet, if you're trying to avoid spoilers, maybe if you don't want spoilers, maybe wait until you've read it, because there will probably be spoilers in this video. But yeah, I'm excited to get into it. I know that there's dragons. That's fairly obvious. There are dragons, and that's about all I know. So we will see. I really don't know much else about it, but yeah, I'm excited to get into it. All right, we're at Target now. I did not get any reading done at the coffee shop because it was very loud in there. So there was no way I was going to be able to focus, but I did get some writing done. So that's nice. So we are at Target. We're at Target now, and I need just shampoo and like body wash and some toiletries and stuff and makeup remover wipes, because I meant to get some the other day while I was at Costco and then I forgot. So I need to get some of those. And then it's Target. So we will see what Target speaks to me, because that's how Target works. Why did they redo these covers? These covers, on the other hand, love. If you're gonna make a box set, they need to all match. All right, back from Target. Woo! Which means it's time for a little mini haul. Did I get more than I went for? Yes. What do you expect? Did I buy everything I could have? No. So that is good. My Target always has a awesome selection of books. Like, they always have so many, and I did not get any today, even though there were a couple that were there that I do want, but I don't need to do that. I literally have a book haul to film later today, so I don't need any more books right now. Clearly not necessary, but here's what I got at Target. Look at this cute pillow, guys. Ah, here it is. Look at this cute pillow. The dollar spot has like a little like bee honeycomb themed section right now, and so this was in it, but I think it's cute. I like bees, but I'm trying not to go crazy with them. But I got a cute little pillow, so I gotta cut the tag off, and I think I'll probably put this downstairs. I have a hard time finding pillows that I like for downstairs, but this one's actually like pretty soft. Like it's like corduroy basically, but it's actually feels pretty comfortable. So I think I'm probably gonna put this on the couch downstairs. I think it's cute. So yeah. Also, look at these earrings. So pretty. I love just like big, wonky, weird earrings. So that was my only thought process for these. I was like, these are cute and wonky and weird. So I like them. Then I realized they kind of look like gingerbread men upside down, but we're going to pretend that they don't, and they're just little squigglies. So cute earrings. So one of the main reasons that I went was for shampoo and conditioner. Oh no, I needed body wash too. I forgot. Oh well, I'm gonna have to go back. Oh no, bummer. Oh well, I really did mean to get body wash and I totally forgot. Oh well, but I wanted to try out the Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioners. These were like viral on Instagram like years ago now, like a couple years now. And it's like you get the base and then there's like, you can get like additives based on what you need it for. So it was like a build your own and then ship it to you thing on Instagram for a while, but now Target has them. So they sell the base ones and then they sell a bunch of like things that you can add. So I got the one for wavy hair because my hair is pretty wavy. When it's short like this, it can't really decide what it wants to do, but we're going to try this out. They had wavy hair, straight hair, curly hair, and coily hair. And so those were the 4 like base formulas that they have. This one is for wavy hair. It says it has fermented rice water in it. I have actually heard that rice water is good for your hair, so I hope it is. I did not smell these. I should have. Oh, that's actually lovely. It's like very light and fresh, so that actually smells really, really nice. Great. So yeah, I got these, and then I got the color protection booster shots to add into them because I do color my hair, and so I got this, so we'll add one of these into each of them. It says that you can put up to 3 of these in each one, and they had a bunch. They had color protection, they had heat protection, but I don't use heat on my hair that much, so I didn't really need it. Oh my goodness, what else they had? They had like for shine and for length and for volume and stuff, but I didn't really think I needed any of those. My hair is extremely thick, so I don't need volume. And then I keep it short, so I don't really need the length bit. But yeah, I got color protection. And so, yeah, I'm excited to try these. I have not tried these before, so we will see how they work. Got my makeup remover wipes that I needed. Wish I had bought my body wash, but oh well. And then the last thing I got was this candle and then this room spray that's the same fragrance. It's aloe and bergamot. And then it also on the label says cactus blossom, lime, and prickly pear with the aloe vera. And it just smells amazing. It smells so good. It's like, it's very, very light and fresh. So I thought that this would be really nice in my bedroom or maybe my bathroom. And it's just, it smells so good. And then I got the room spray that matches. It's also very, very light. Cause it's just nice to have a room that smells nice. Also, it's like, it's glass. So that's lovely. It smells really, really good. I tested it out in the store and it smells good. So that is the Target haul. I feel like I had some pretty good self-control. I will be starting Fourth Wing this afternoon. I have another video that I need to film first, and so I'm going to do that before I get lazy and don't do it. So I'm going to film that video first, and then I will start Fourth Wing. So I will probably check back in when I'm maybe 50-ish pages into Fourth Wing. We'll see how that works out with like chapter breaks and stuff like that. But I'll start it. I'll get a little bit into it, and then we will check back and I'll see how it starts out. But yeah, that's what we've got going so far. Okay, update time. Again, this is final warning of all the spoilers in this video. So if you don't want spoilers, this is your final warning. Last chance, because I'm going to go into it. So this is your final warning about that. Anyway, I am 3 chapters into Fourth Wing. I am on page 44, and it's not bad so far. It is not bad so far. I kind of went into this one just hoping that they would have like good vibes and just be kind of a fun read. I'm not really planning on taking this one seriously. And so far, that's working out so far. Like, it's definitely not phenomenal by any means. Like, the writing isn't like the best writing I've ever read, but it's also like not awful either. So it's fun. So far, it's fun. Like I said, I'm only 44 pages in, 3 chapters, but it's pretty good so far. One thing that's interesting is that this book just jumps right into it from the very beginning. Like, there is no slow build at all at the beginning of this. It just jumps right into the story. So that's actually kind of a fun change of pace. I feel like I haven't read one that just jumps in that quickly in a while. So that's kind of fun. Basically, the story is following Violet, who is the main character. She's 20. And in this world, there are kind of like 4 different like job functions that people kind of go into, and they like choose when they are around 20-ish or so. And so people can choose to be schooled as healers, scribes, infantry, or riders, so dragon riders. And those are kind of the 4 different things. She has grown up, her father was a scribe, I think, and her mother and her older sister are dragon riders. Her mother is actually like one of the like top generals like in their like dragon army or whatever. But her father died a while ago. Violet, the main character, she wanted to be a scribe her whole life, but her mom is like, no, our whole family is dragon riders. You're going to go be a dragon rider. And she's not super thrilled about this. First of all, the dragon rider thing is like fully like volunteer based, because basically most people die before they graduate. There's like a bunch of like series of tests and stuff till you like graduate and become a dragon rider. And so like most people don't make it that far. So that one's like volunteer based, whereas the infantry a lot of people kind of get conscripted to and stuff like that. So she's not super thrilled about having to become a dragon rider, but she kind of doesn't have a choice. So that's what she's going to go do. And I honestly like the main character so far. She's trying to deal with like her own personal stuff, and like in the face of having to become a dragon rider, which are supposed to be some of the strongest people like in their society. But she deals with what seems to be a lot of like chronic illness and stuff like that. It hasn't gone into super detail about like what everything she's dealing with is, but like she knows that she's not traditionally like strong and stuff like that. Like physically she's not very strong, and so she's having to face the prospect of going through all this like really hard stuff and become a dragon rider, even though she's not the type of person who you would pick to thrive in that situation. Also, the dragons like know if you're weak and stuff like that. So she's like, that's probably not going to go well. I will say the not the romantic tension, but I mean, it will be romantic tension. I have been able to avoid most spoilers for this book. I do know that she ends up with Xaden, as far as I know. Like, I have seen that on TikTok and stuff like that. So other than that, I don't really know anything. But I know that her and Xaden end up together, and it's pretty obvious from the beginning, and very, very much enemies to lovers. So Xaden's father, I think, his father was leading like a rebellion against this country like a while ago and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of like animosity between them, because Violet's mom killed Xaden's father, who was leading the rebellion, but then Xaden's father also, like, killed Violet's older brother, so they both hate each other, and, like, her older sister, Mara? Was it Mara? Mira. Her older sister Mira was like, hey, when you go into the dragon things, because Xaden's like a third year or something in the dragon school or whatever, she's like, stay away from Xaden. And of course, who does she run into, like, immediately as soon as it starts? Oh no, it's Xaden, and he's immediately hot. It's good. So yeah, the tension is, like, right there from the beginning. One thing that bugs me a little bit that's not, like, super like, it's not a big deal, it's just, like, a writing preference for me, is I don't like in fantasy stories when people refer to their mother and father as mom and dad. That throws me out of it. That pulls me out of the story, and for that type of modern vernacular is difficult for me to read in a fantasy story. And so, like, she refers to her mother as mom, and then Xaden's, like, hyping up the, like, well, not really hyping up, like, threatening almost, the group of first years who, like, made it past the first test and is now in his group or whatever. And he's like, nobody cares who your mommy and daddy are in here now. And I'm just like, really? Do we really have to do that? But it's not the biggest thing. But yeah, so basically, to go be a dragon rider, like, you start out as a candidate, and to even get to the dragon riding training place, they have to cross, it's called the parapet, and it's like this big, long, super narrow bridge that they have to walk across. And of course, it's raining on this day, and that's, like, the first, like, trial that they have to get across, is, like, face their fear and, like, get across this. The reasoning behind it is, like, oh, you have to have good balance to be able to ride a dragon or whatever. Obviously, there's, like, a bully character that hates her for some random reason. I don't even remember why at this point. And, like, tries to, like, push her off the bridge and kill her or whatever. So now they're enemies. They gotta cross it. Everyone who makes it across is now a cadet. And then they join their little, like, squad group or whatever. And then they go off and train. And that's as far as I've gotten. Like, she got across the parapet, and then they're all in their groups now. And so that's as far as I am. But it's pretty good so far. Like I said, I was kind of just going into it for vibes. And it's giving vibes so far. It's fun. I'm excited to see what the rest of it looks like, but that's all I have so far. Hey guys, I only have time for a really quick update. Sorry, I just woke up. I didn't get around to updating last night because I went to go see my little baby brother in a play, which is fun. He's 16, he's in the theater group and stuff, and so it was really cute. But so I was up late last night, and then I have things to do this morning. But a quick reading update. I am 142 pages into Fourth Wing thus far. I'm really enjoying it. It's just fun. It's just fun. And so, yeah, I'm loving that. It already has me squealing, like, so much. I ship Violet and Xaden so hard. Like, I know they get together, but it's like, because basically, like, he should hate her, right? He should, and he kind of does, but at the same time, he doesn't. And then they've only really had, like, 3, maybe 4, like, real interactions or whatever. She saw him, like, getting together with, like, other, like, children of people who had rebelled against his kingdom or whatever, which is, like, illegal for them to, like, meet in groups of larger than, like, 3 or so. But then, like, they weren't doing anything wrong. They were just, like, helping each other get through all this, like, dragon training. And he's, like, keeping his secret for him and stuff like that. And then they keep coming across each other. And then, like, the scene with them fighting and training, like, on the sparring mat or whatever was so good. But then anyway, they were talking. This is the last thing. No, well, this is one of the last things I read. It's pretty recent. He's like she's feeling very discouraged because everything's very difficult and, like, it's about to get to a head. Like, the next thing I have to read basically is them, like, I think getting a dragon. Like, they have to climb this one last thing to, like, get to the dragons, and then they, like, see if they get chosen by a dragon or something like that. And so anyway, and she's feeling, like, really discouraged and, like, trying to handle it. but like wanting to prove to herself that she can. And then, but at the same time, like she keeps thinking that like Xaden wants to kill her or whatever. And she kind of just tells him, she's like, look, if you're gonna just kill me, do it already. I'm tired of waiting. And so they're talking, and then, and then he says this, I underlined it. It's like, so, he says, you want to know why you're still alive? Because you're the scale I currently judge myself against every night. Every day I let you live, I get to convince myself that there's still a part of me that's a decent person. He is trying. Oh my gosh. I already love him so much. But yeah, it's good. Dain is getting annoying. Dain is like her like childhood friend. They grew up together. He's a year ahead of her in the dragon school. And he's very worried about her and worried about her surviving and making it and stuff like that. And so he keeps asking her, he's like, hey, I can help you like sneak out and join the scribes or whatever, and like we'll just deal with your mom being like super angry about it and stuff like that. But he's like, I don't want you to die, like I can help you get out and stuff, which is really sweet for him to offer. But she has told him no like 4 or 5 times now, and at this point it's just like, dude, she gave you an answer. That was nice of you to offer at the beginning, but she has made it very clear that she wants to stay here and prove this to herself and stuff. And so he's getting a little bit annoying. Also, apparently the dragons have like telepathy. Like the dragons, like once you bonded with a dragon, they're like in your head and you can like, they can like communicate with you that way. Like I wasn't anticipating that. I was expecting it to just be dragon riders, like people who can ride dragons, like, but like they're technically like working together. Like the dragons work with the humans because they're trying to like protect their like dragon space or something like that. And there's some sort of like protection ward field thing that's like partially like channeled through the dragons to like protect this realm and stuff, because it's like the border between like everything else and then like where the dragons are or something. It was kind of hard to understand, but I didn't expect the like dragon telepathy moment, so that's cool. But anyway, that's all I have time for right now. I gotta go, I got errands to run today. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. She gets 2 dragons. Yes. Hey guys, I am massively behind with reading update for Fourth Wing because I've been eating this up. I have not had hardly any time to film, but I have been continuing reading this and I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it very much. So I'm trying to remember where I was last time I left off the vlog. I think that I said that they were about to get their dragons. Well, she got her dragon, but of course our girl Violet has to be special and she gets 2 dragons. No one in this world bonds with 2 dragons, but she has 2. And so the dragons that she bonds with are both really cool because she bonds with Tairn, who is a black dragon. There are a bunch of different types of dragons in this book, and I don't remember whether or not it tells us what type Tairn is. And he's like one of the biggest, most powerful dragons that's there. And so she bonds with him, but then also she bonds with a gold dragon. What is this dragon's name? Andara? I think it's Andara, but oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, Andarna. Okay. So she bonds with Andarna, who is a feathertail. And it, as the book has been introducing the dragons, it kind of talks about how the feathertails are like rare. They don't bond with anyone. No one really knows much about the feathertails. Well, turns out the feathertails are actually just young dragons. They're very young dragons. So basically she has a super cool big dragon and a dragon puppy. And so they are both her dragons, and it's so much fun. Wish I hadn't waited this long to film a update because there has been so much that's happened and I'm having a hard time remembering where we are, but basically they're still like in the Dragon Rider school or whatever. And each rider, when they bond with their dragon, they get like their dragon enables. The magic is complicated because it's not that the dragon is giving them powers. The dragons are basically fueling their own powers because the powers that each person gets is based on the person, not based on the dragon they're bonded with. There are people who have like fire powers, ice powers, wind powers, and then everyone has like minor magic that they get through the dragons. And so it's kind of complicated. Violet didn't show her what powers her dragons were giving her for a while. And Dara, the like baby dragon, basically has the ability, she gives Violet the ability to like stop time for a very brief amount of time. And it's very secret. She's keeping a secret. She has not told anyone because the Feathertails are not supposed to be bonded. They're not supposed to be able to give powers, and the dragons are like trying to protect the young ones and stuff, and so she's not telling anyone. Oh, also, the dragons and the people that they're bonded with can like communicate in their brains. So they can do that. So now she has 2 dragons in her head that she like talks to and stuff. And then it took her a while to get her power from Tairn, the big dragon, but turns out it's super cool lightning powers. So that's cool. So that's kind of all the fun stuff. Also, her relationship with Xaden is progressing. The romantic tension is kind of fun. Oh, and of course, her dragon and then Xaden's dragon, which I do not know how to pronounce. It starts with an S, and I cannot remember at all how to pronounce Xaden's dragon's name. But anyway, her dragon and Xaden's dragon are, of course, bonded mates, so they have to be within the same proximity, or because they can't spend many days apart. And so, of course, that happens. And so now her and Xaden, their lives are bonded together, and so it's just all of that. So yeah, it's very fun. It's very fun so far. But even with how fun it is, there's a level of complexity that I'm appreciating. Now, I will say, I don't think the world building is fantastic. I think that there are a lot of holes that I wish we understood more about. Basically, I can't figure out when or where this is supposed to take place, because if it was a purely fantasy world, I'd be like, okay, it's just a fantasy world. But then they keep using things like the names of the months that we have in our world and stuff like that. And so I'm like, is this supposed to be a fantasy version of our world? Because I feel like there's too many similar things that I feel like if it was a purely fantasy world, you would have built that out for that specific world. So there are some world building flaws, definitely. Now, that being said, there is a level of complexity that I am appreciative of. One of those being how dangerous and deadly the magic in this world is. And I really, really, really appreciate that. The cost is very high and the risk is very high. So all of these people that go into the Dragon Rider school, basically, like a very, very, very small percentage of them make it out. It's very cutthroat. It's very brutal. And that's really hard on a lot of the characters, and I appreciate how hard that is on them. I just feel like that adds another level that I appreciate from the story. There's also a cost between the bond of a dragon and its rider. If a dragon dies and its rider is still alive, that's like it for the rider. Like, that bond will destroy them, basically, if the dragon dies. And then it's really, 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 really hard on the dragons too if the riders die at any point. There are also people who, when they, like, after they've bonded a dragon and then they start manifesting these powers that they're now getting, some of them aren't strong enough to handle it. And some of them, their own powers literally kill them. And so, like, as terrible as that is, and it's like traumatizing for everyone who's in the school, I appreciate the heaviness of that. I appreciate that weight and that responsibility being a part of this. And it's a very brutal environment that they're in. Like, one character, it was like a minor character that wasn't part of a story, but there was a character who, after they bonded with their dragon and then their power started manifesting, like, they were able to read people's minds. And that's like not allowed. That's like a criminal offense because it is a very war-centered society, and that's a risk and a danger. And so as soon as he starts manifesting his powers, like, one of the professors in the school just walks over and kills him because that's not allowed to be a thing. And it was like super intense and a lot. And so, as hard as it is on a lot of the characters in the story, I appreciate that the risk and the heaviness is there, I feel like that adds an amount of tension that I can really appreciate. So I only have about 120 pages left. I am almost done with this thing. I'm hoping to maybe finish it today. And if not today, I'm going to finish it tomorrow. But I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Like I said, Violet and Xaden's relationship has been progressing. They just finally got together. Finally. And they're totally falling for each other while at the same time being like, no, we're on opposite sides of so much stuff. We can't do this right now. My phone just rang, so I had to shut that off. But anyway, Violet and Xaden are falling for each other, and neither of them want to, but they are, and there's a lot of romantic tension there, and I think it's fun. So, yeah, I will probably not update you guys again until I finish this, but that shouldn't be before too long, and I'm enjoying it. Okay, I finished it. I actually finished it a couple days ago and I just haven't gotten around to filming the end of it. But yeah, I finished it and I enjoyed it. This is like final spoiler warning. If you've been watching this far, then you probably don't care about spoilers because I've been talking about the whole way through, but I'm totally going to spoil the end of this book. So this is just final warnings. But yeah, it was not bad. It wasn't bad at all. I will say everything that happened at the end, I did pretty much see coming. So there was nothing like super mind-blowing except for that very, very last twist at the end. But I saw pretty much everything coming. Did I suspect that Xaden was working with the rebellion? Yes, definitely. I was not surprised that the like government is basically keeping secrets and everything. None of that at the end was surprising. I will say I liked the last like battle scene at the end of this with the dragons and the wyverns and everything. I thought that was pretty cool. Also, I don't know if I just was like not paying attention earlier in the book when it was describing the venin, but I was totally picturing like zombies basically, because the venin it has been describing as like people who are trying to take magic into their own hands instead of it being like channeled properly. And so, but then it was like corrupting and taking over them. And for some reason, it was probably just me not paying attention, but for some reason in my mind that put me on like weird magic zombies or something like that, and not just like evil magicians that are like still perfectly conscious and stuff like that. I did not get that when I was explaining it. So I don't know if that's just how it was explained or if it was just me not paying attention. But yeah, so that did take me a minute at the end when the venin come, and then I was like, wait a minute, what are these people? This is not what I was expecting. So that did take me a second to wrap my brain around. But other than that, yeah, I really liked it. I definitely can't wait for the next one to come out. I'm pretty sure it comes out in November, so it's only a few months away now. And I am very excited about that. And again, I did not see the plot twist at the end with her brother happening. For some reason, my brain even went to like, oh, maybe her dad's still alive or something before I even thought of that, which doesn't even make sense. So I didn't see that coming, so I liked that, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not like a shocking plot twist for the genre or anything like that. Like, I was surprised by it, but it's nothing like overwhelmingly amazing or anything like that. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this. I really did. I gave this 4 stars just because I really did enjoy it. I had a good time while I was reading it. Now, I will say that's because I specifically chose to not take this seriously. If I had taken it seriously, I would not have been able to enjoy this at all. There is so much that I could pull apart in this if I wanted to. Like, the writing is not great. The world building is okay. The dialogue, I could get going on the dialogue, but overall, I had a fun time reading it, and I specifically chose to not take it seriously and to not, I did not pick this up looking for a quality piece of literature. I was picking this up looking for fun, looking for vibes and cool dragons and stuff like that, and I definitely got that from this. So it did what I wanted it to, which I'm happy about. If you are looking for amazing writing and top-notch fantasy world building, this is not it at all. Not at all. But if you're just looking for something fun and easy and quick with some romance, with some cool dragons, then it's it's worth it for that. So yeah, long story short, I enjoyed this. It was fun. I had a good time. I will be continuing the series because I'm very curious to see where it will go. Now, I think I heard that this series is supposed to be like 5 books long or something like that, which is interesting. Makes me very curious to see where the story is going to go. It also makes me concerned for Xaden because I'm like, we know how these fantasy like romance books tend to go, and I'm concerned about him making it all the way through. I don't know. This is just me speculating. I feel like Xaden's not going to make it all the way through, and we're going to end up with a second love interest at some point. But that's entirely just me speculating because of the nature of this type of book. We'll definitely be continuing, looking forward to reading the rest of it. And that's about all I have to say about it. It was fun. It was definitely fun, and I enjoyed myself. And in the end, that's what I was looking for. So it was a good time. If you have read Fourth Wing, please let me know what you think. I'm very curious. I have heard everything from this is the best book in the world to this is the absolute worst piece of trash ever. And I'm probably solidly right in the middle. I thought it was fun, but I didn't think it was mind-blowing or anything like that. So if you have read this, let me know down in the comments what you think about it. I am very curious to hear your thoughts. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.